London-based
Jamaican bassline. Deadly.
This is Deadly
Links.
Yes, this is Deadly Links. Becca D here, joined by Melody Gad, Kranium. What's good, man?
I'm here. Just feeling nice.
Feeling nice? The vibrations are high right now?
Vibrations are very high right now.
So you are in New York, right?
It's good, man. I've been just taking a drive in the city and just, smell that fresh air and see the creativity, the new swag, the new style, the new, whatever is new. That's basically what I've been doing just in New York, just like since the pandemic, and we're not doing much shows, we have enough time and hands. I just like get deeper into the city and just, look around and just be inspired.
So for those who don't know, you were born in Jamaica, but you moved to New York at quite a young age, right?
Young, yeah, I came here young, yeah. And when I got here, it was just more of the culture shock of like different cultures was like, whoa, I love this. I fell in love with New York the first day I went to school. I was like, this place, I'm gonna use this experience and my environment and put it to something great. And I feel like, yeah, that's my story. Born in Jamaica, grew up in New York City and represent New York dancehall. Well, I mean, I represent dancehall music, but I like to feel very proud and very happy that I get the opportunity to represent for the dancehall artist that lives outside of Jamaica. Like, I'm saying that it can happen once it be real, be authentic and make good music. What
is the New York dancehall scene like?
Right now, I mean, it's right now, of course, through the pandemic, yeah, but prior before this, man, it was like Monday through Sundays, every day, every day we at a party, every single day, Monday to Friday, never stops, and New York play a very big role in just like big records getting on, the East Coast and spread outside of just the diaspora of dancehall listeners only.
And when you were growing up, when you were younger, were you paying attention to what was happening in New York musically, or was it just Jamaican music for you?
It was everything. It was a great time. It was an amazing time because at that time we had 50 Cent hot when in America, Drew Santana them hot, and I'm saying the whole G Unit crew, Jaro crew. So I was in the mix of all of that. And funny enough, I used to roll with a friend of mine named Tyson, and Tyson was one of the main guy around Prodigy from Mobb Deep. And I got close to Prodigy through Tyson. So during the whole thing, I'm like a young kid, but me and Prodigy is like brothers. I check Prodigy all the time. It's a story that I don't tell much, but like Prodigy was one of the first stars that I've been around. And I feel like I take a lot of things from him as based off of how I carry myself as an artist, because he was very humble. And I think I learned that from just being around P, just being the guy who just chill. Nothing gets the man was just a different level of mental control, and just like his mindset was amazing. So yeah, but I was in the dancehall scene, I was in it, and the hip hop scene, I was in it.
And I saw that you tweeted recently something that you mentioned earlier on. Let me read it actually. You said, to all overseas dancehall artists, fuck being accepted and drop good music. People appreciate realness. It will all fall in place. #living proof. Is that... Yeah. Where did that come from? Do you feel like you struggled early on being an international artist?
Yeah, I struggled, not say struggle per se, but like you go through the phase of making good music, and like it takes so long to catch on. And like, yo, why is it not catching on when it's one of the biggest songs here? You know what I'm saying? And it's not doing good and in Jamaica or in the Caribbean that you want it to happen. You know what I mean? And I feel like eventually people get panic and be like, yo, them not like the music and you think not feel real, and them just get carried, they just get depressed or like, turn off. But I was like, yo, we're gonna make some hit songs, we just see if we create music, and them gonna love it. Them are gonna love it. Once you do it right, them are gonna love it. So it was just all about me making sure that whatever I'm creating, I create it good and I represent it. So when you see Kranium, it's a dance, and when it's a dance, it's a Kranium. Because each artist feels to understand that once you have a song that comes out of your country and hit in a different country, just think in your mind as a diplomat, as a diplomat. Man, just think about it. You're representing for the country the minute you go on that flight. So it doesn't even matter. Once you go on that flight and you land anywhere, you're a living experience to others of what Jamaicans are like. that is what they're gonna get from that because you're representing that brand. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean when I said, for me, I was just saying, do not stress what people might say, what people want to feel, or what you think. Just make good music, and eventually it all fall in place. Them have to just accept it, say, oh, you know.
Yeah, let the music do the talking, for sure. And I heard you say that 2021 is your year musically.
100%.
Big statement.
100%.
I'm feeling that. You know, we've had the Toxic EP, which was insane.
Yeah.
But you said that was just a warm up for what's coming. So I'm very intrigued.
Yeah,
what's coming?
I feel like this is like where people really look on music from that comes from Kranium and be like, okay, you on some next level. Man, like, so the creativity that I went in with this, the team that I gathered and the time I put in and the whole setup of being focused and know that, yo, I need to push myself to create some amazing stuff that is undeniable, because I don't want the clout, I don't want the hype. I just want to be undeniable, you know, and that's all me make music for. Me not care about nothing else. Whenever I had the biggest record in dancehall space, I've always been that kid that anybody can come talk to, and I do the interviews and I make sure I show up on time, because none of that cloud thing doesn't matter to me. As long as my record is being heard and I'm representing the music from where I'm at and representing for people who want to be in my situation, nothing bothers me and nothing gets me. I just be myself, and that's basically it.
So what's it looking like? Or is it going to be like loads of singles, an album? What's the plan?
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know what we're doing yet. How much songs are gonna be on it, or if we're gonna call it the album, I name the album yet, or whatever it's gonna be. But all I can say is, when you listen to it, I feel like this is where people gonna be like, yo, this is, you know, I'm like that confident in it. I've never been this confident in music in my life. Yeah.
So what did you do differently then? Why do you feel like this is it?
I think I took everything I've learned off of just previous projects, and I took a lot from just what works in what part of the world for me, and I just mesh it all together. So like each song has a flow. Like if you're in London, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in the Caribbean, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in Asia, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in America, you know, I clash all of that together, and then the melodies of each record and like the diversity of the project. I don't want to hype it up, but I just feel like everybody that I've played it for, like, them just look at me like, yo, wow. You know, each song is like, yo, this is my favorite song. Then the next person say, yo, oh yeah, this is my favorite one. You know, that I've never gotten that. It's always been like, them songs are bad, them songs are good, but I've never had like play a song for friends or like artists and them come back like, yo, brother, yo, where I think, like, how you think that, you know, so that give me the confidence that, yo, this is gonna be an amazing project.
Oh, don't gas me up. I'm so ready for this. But it's true though, you have definitely positioned yourself in a very versatile space where you can work with Afrobeats artists like Burna Boy and Wizkid, Tiwa Savage. You've got the US scene covered from like Ty Dolla $ign to Tory Lanez, UK artists on lock, Jamaican artists on lock. That's quite a rare place to be in, I feel.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing, but the thing is, when I do it, I've never done it based off of who is hot. I've always done it off of who I think will fit this record at the right timing. You know, me and Ty was like the same upcoming artist to me personally, because he had two of mine in the club and they know about each other, and I had nobody else to know. So it was just perfect. Because you know what's crazy? We had other artists on that song. We had Jason Derulo and we had Tinashe. And we went with Ty verse. When I heard Ty verse, it didn't matter to me about what nobody else was. It doesn't matter. I was like, this record sound amazing. I like his verse. So we just went with his verse and it happened. You know, I've never made a record and be like, yo, Moan, this person's always been, when the song done, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, Becky would sound dope on this R. You know what I'm saying?
I would.
Ty would sound good. Yeah.
I would.
I believe you. I think so.
Yeah, so I also want to talk about your track options. Banger,
yes.
banger.
Yes.
You said you wrote this in 20 minutes. Is that true?
I pushed it. I think it was less. I think it was like 15 minutes, to be honest. Yeah. I went in the studio, he wanted to vice me. I was not in a good mood that day. I had a bad argument with somebody that I was really pissed off with. So I had that personal problem. I reached the studio, I went upstairs. We hail each other. First time we meet each other. It's a dope story. First time we meet each other. I hail him like, yo, Wagwan. He's like, yo, you have the rhythm? He's like, yeah. He played the rhythm. I went in the booth. I sing. I was like, da, 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 da. She got a boyfriend, she got options, she got feelings, I need attention, but that diamond need pressure. And I remember I stopped in the studio with me and Choir, because that's the artist I was there. Me and Choir was writing the record together. And we look at each other. I was like, yo, I don't know if I like this song, you know. And he's like, brother, listen to me. I remember Choir was like, brother, listen to me. This song is a hit song. Trust me. Man, I said, yo, brother, I don't know him. I said, he must a singer. Trust me, no man. Listen to me. So I when we left the studio, and that was it. That was it. They said with the mix and everything. I when I hear it back, I was like, yo, this is bad.
So many liners that people just jump on. My favorite line is, if you now spend no time with your gal, a man like me will. Jeez.
1,000%.
I mean, how many male friends do you have? Are they like terrified to leave you around their wifeys? I feel like you can't be trusted.
Nah, cause every guy know the rules. We all know the rules. Just like females, you know. And females' rules are weird because with guys it's different. Let me give you a scenario with rules with females and guys. Like,
yeah,
a lot of people don't realize. Okay, this is one rule that work for female. This is one rule that female apply in their life that the males doesn't apply in their life. And he goes like this: if a female is in a club with her friends, and three of them be like, oh my God, he looks good or whatever. She like him or whatever. If he come and speak to the wrong one, doesn't matter which one him pick. But once you open your mouth and say hi, you start acting like you like that person, you're automatically off limit, even if she don't get you. Even if he doesn't get you. Am I wrong? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
So if you're out with your friends and a guy came up to you and you try to talk to your friend and the friend realize that she don't like him anymore, whatever, the other two friends are not going to talk to him anyways because he's off limit already.
Yeah. Yeah, girl code is quite strong.
Yeah, with us it doesn't matter. If a girl try to talk to me and she don't like me, my friend are going to talk to her and it's done. We don't care. You know, it is what it is. We don't care no feelings, that's it. But with girls, once you make the wrong move to the wrong friend first, you messed up.
Yeah, it's a minefield out there, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like you probably have a lot of success though. How much real life experience are you drawing from when you're writing tracks like these?
Every single song that I've ever had is based off true story.
Okay.
Every song, I swear. Every song. Last Night was a true story. Can't Believe was a true story. I write music as a full, short story. I don't have time. I don't have the patience to sit down and say, real gangsters move silent like Gene Lasagna. Like, I don't have time for that. It's dope though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an amazing bar. But yeah, I don't have time for that. I know to say, yo, I was at Keisha's house and a man come home early and I had to get out of the house. You know what? You know what I'm saying? That's me.
Well, the reason I asked that was because I remember watching an interview and somebody was like, wait, so you cheat then? And you were like, nah. And I was like, that's what half your songs are about.
No, I've never cheated because I personally feel like if you never get caught, you never cheated.
Okay, so if you don't get caught, you're blessed. You've done nothing wrong. And
what have you done wrong?
You've never been caught, Kranium.
I've never been caught.
What about afterwards? People found out after.
I've never cheated.
Facts.
Never cheated. No, I've never cheated.
So funny. Okay, well, let's talk about Toxic. Such a sick EP, man. It's proper sexy, vibey. Your melodies and your voice are sounding so fire. How are you feeling now? It's been a couple of months since you dropped it. You've had time to let it breathe a little bit. How are you feeling about the reaction? Are you happy with it?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And I mean, it was just, honestly, that project was just honest to you. There's amazing records. It just was like an appetizer to me. It was just more like, yo, I'm buy time for my fans. If you're a Kranium fan, this is for you. I know when I come to the shows and I sing these songs, you guys are gonna sing from word to word. Then I mean, that was from my fan.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
And where do you record usually? Is it do you go back to Jamaica and record ever? I know you float between Miami and New York as well.
Yeah, I legitimately first time start recording in Miami, but most of my record is really is in the city Manhattan. My studio, my main studio that I love the most is in Manhattan. Yeah.
And I mean, you've worked with a very long list of UK artists. I can read them off. I'll read off a couple. Be Young, AJ Tracy, Wiley, Mahalia. What is it about the UK that you vibe with so much?
I just love UK, man. Like UK is my favorite place to go to just chill. You know, London. I love London. I love London. London is a special place in my heart. I don't know what it is. I just need to find a wife in London at this point. Like I love London. London has that. I don't know. It has that. I like old school stuff, right? I love old school stuff. I love old school music. I like old school movies. I just like film. You know, because from a creative point, I just love film. I like anything black and white. When I'm in UK, I feel like when I stand in the road, I feel like I'm back in history. For some weird reason. It puts me back in history. When I'm driving, I'm looking at the building structures and certain part down in the city around by the palace, and it just gives me that royal feel mentally, like, yo, this is where the kings and queens at, and you know what I mean? So that's why I love it. And
there's so much history, isn't there, with the UK and Jamaica? I don't know, I feel like Jamaicans just always feel very at home here. This is where it is at.
100%.
Listen, I've seen you live a couple of times. I supported you on one of your shows in Bristol as well. And it is very true. You love the ladies love you. For anybody who hasn't seen, there's always a part in your show where you like to bring the ladies on stage. It gets very sexy. Can you explain what goes down at a Kranium gig? Yeah, it's just that the fans pay money to come see a show, so I make sure I give them a show, and I make sure that people understand that we are human beings just like them, and I wanna hang out with you guys more. I have a vibe, so I want 3 ladies on stage with me, and we do a thing, and you rub me down if you want, and I mean, you're good, you know, enjoy yourself, you know. That's just what I wanted to do, and you know, it's just fair game on stage at a Kranium gig, basically. Yeah, it's just an amazing time. You get a story for going with, because I'm a storyteller, so I'm gonna get a story for leave to I get with, you know. Have you ever, has it ever gone wrong where you like picked up somebody and then dropped him, or what happened? 1000%. And I'm like, you don't worry about it, I got insurance, you're all right. Yeah. I got Obamacare, yeah. So how many people have you dropped? Like 2. Okay, 2 out of probably a couple hundred. It's not a bad number. Yeah, it's not a bad number. I mean, it's no secret that you make tunes for the ladies. But I do wonder, like, are you a romantic guy? Like, what's the most romantic thing you've ever done? I'm very romantic. Most romantic thing I've ever done. Jumped on a flight 2 o'clock in the night. Checked in the hotel in the morning because I called him previously and tell him that whatever story I told him. Landed, went to the hotel, changed, bring my girl to the beach. We had dinner at I think it was like 6 years. So we had dinner at 6. Go back to the hotel, got dressed and jump back on the 11 o'clock flight and come back home in the morning. No. So I brought a girl for dinner in Jamaica on a weekend for 1 day and come back. That's lit. That's lit. And was it a special occasion, or you just a random? No, she didn't know. No, she didn't know. I was just like, come. I was like, just come. And she said, what do you mean come? I was like, forward, because I put one of her tracksuit in my bag that I had in my car, and then she had bought it just like to go somewhere, and I just took it and put it in the thing, and I took up her shoes, like a pair of black shoes, and that was it. And we just went to the airport, and she's like, what we're doing, and then just go Jamaica and everything. I mean, I bet you secured that for a little while after that. Yeah, man, everything good, you know. Big up yourself if you watch this. I really enjoy your Twitter as well, by the way. I think that you just tweet with no filter. It's like you're just saying your thoughts, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Sometimes I tone it down sometimes, or sometimes I just don't care. Yeah, that's how it should be. I feel like that's what Twitter used to be, at least. That's right. Yeah. I saw you tweet something about, you said something about normalising therapy, which I thought was really interesting. That's something that I'm super about, and I've never really seen male artists in your scene talk about therapy or mental health at all. So I just wondered, is that something that's super important to you? Do you think we should be talking about it more?
Yeah, 100%. I'm a man who got therapy. It's one of the best money I ever spent in my life was getting therapy. Because therapy doesn't mean something is wrong with you. Not at all. A matter of fact, therapy sometimes give you the best ideas to even move forward to do a specific thing next year or next month. You know, yeah, I remember the first time I wanted to purchase a place was because of going to therapy. I said, no, I need to buy a house back home. It just randomly, I was just there talking, and we were just talking about random stuff. And yeah, because therapy is just like anything that's bad for you, in the sense of like anything that's bad for you, you have to have something that prevents it from spreading, if that makes sense. So if you know, say, if for example, if you know you're going to work every day and you're being upset all the time, you go to therapy, as simple as stuff like that, you turn to, and you go to something bigger now, you realize that, yo, this is more than, especially when you find a good therapist, it becomes just more than just that. Then you realize that your problems that you think you're having, you're not having no problems anymore. You know, because you have somebody to let out all your anger with, in a sense. And then, you know, it just flatline you back. And no, that is not a problem. And then because you're so experienced with going to therapy before, when the next problem happened, you already know to monitorize that problem, unless if you get go back. It's just simple, like I personally feel like therapy is very important. And I think just like when they give out free condoms and stuff like that at clinics and stuff like that, I think that people should be able to go to free therapists by the government. I think government should employ a firm or a thing that pays monthly for, if they don't have that for therapists, because therapy is a health thing that people need freely, like serious.
It's crazy how much time we spend looking after our physical health, and we go gym and we keep up brushing our teeth and all these things, but we don't look after our mental health anywhere near as much. And it's suddenly this big stigma if you do look after your mental health. Like, it's so interesting, but I think things are changing, and I think thanks to people like you talking about it with a big platform, I think it's really important.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Well, apart from therapy, what do you do to keep your mental health in check?
Other than having sex, I'll just say sex maybe. That's it, to be honest. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I feel like everybody have that one thing that make them feel free and alive. Do that thing that keep you alive, whatever it is. Whether if it's riding a bike, if it's going to the park, if it's going fishing, if it's going up in a cabin. There's so much different things on earth that really help you mentally and help you physically that you take for granted, but it's really that powerful. Whatever you love, anything that make your inner smile, not your outer, anything make your inner smile, just do it, and that's very therapeutic. Yeah,
and things that you just completely get lost in, where you don't have time to think about anything else. And I guess that is exactly what sex is. So that's a great shout. Exactly. So I've come to the conclusion that you have the ability to make anything and everything sound really like sexy and sweet with your melodies. You could sing about anything and it is a vibe. So I just wanted to put that to the test real quick. And I want to see if you can just sing about anything and make it sound sweet. Are you up for that?
All right. So you're going to, okay.
Okay, so the first thing is I want you to sing about cleaning a really dirty bathroom. It's a disgusting bathroom and you've got to clean it. Make it sexy, Kranium.
All right, clean a dirty restroom. Okay. I wish I could have you right now with me, baby. Doing something crazy, yeah. I want you to come into my bathroom and we gon' clean it up while we fuck, baby, while we touch, baby. I know it's kinda dirty in the bathroom, but I wanna bend you by the shower, baby. I want you to use the bleach and clean the sink while I do my thing. That sound good?
Jeez, it's hot. It is hot in here. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Smashed it, Kranium. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate
Pleasure
it.
talking to you. I'll see you soon, all right?
All right, cool.
Deadly.
Links.